All right, good evening. I'd like to call the November 10th, 2025 meeting of the Greenville City Council to order. I'm Mayor P.J. Connolly. I'll be presiding over tonight's meeting. First, I'd like to call on Councilmember Marion Blackburn for the invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you very much, Mayor. This is a book that I've often used for my opening prayers. And tonight I'm just going to share a simple Buddhist prayer. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all be free from sorrow and the causes of sorrow. May all never be separated from the sacred happiness which is sorrowless. And may all live in equanimity without too much attachment and too much aversion, and live believing in the equality of all that lives. Thank you.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Yes, sir. Mayor Connolly.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Daniels.
Present.
Councilmember Foreman.
here.
Councilmember Blackburn.
Present.
Councilmember Scully.
Here.
Councilmember Robinson.
Here.
Councilmember Willis.
Here.
All right, Mayor Connolly, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. We'll now move on to the approval of tonight's agenda. Mr. Manager, any recommended changes?
Have no changes, Mayor.
Do I have
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilmember Willis, second by Councilmember Blackburn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay.
Motion passes 6-0.
Move on to special recognitions.
If there are any members or city employees that have previously served in the armed forces, if they would come forward right now. So tomorrow is Tuesday, November 11th. And it's a day set aside in our country to recognize those individuals that served within our armed forces to protect our country and to protect our freedoms. And with the city of Greenville, we have approximately 93 individuals across our city that have served within the armed forces, whether it be the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, the Coast Guard, so on, that have served. And by matter of fact, within the police department, I think we have over 53 employees. And this is a day that we would like to take to recognize, whether they're here or not, to recognize all the individual employees that have worked and served our city every single day, and thank them for their service to our country, and to protect the freedoms that we have and that we take for granted every single day. So what I'd like to do is take the time for each one of you to basically introduce yourself, tell us which department you work at, what your job is, and then which branch of the service that you served in the years.
Thank you. My name is Chris Carter. I work for the Public Works Streets Department. I'm a utility locator, and I served in the Army.
My name is Travis Clemens, and I work at CMF's Recreation Center, Recreation Assistant, and I served 6 years in the United States Marine Corps, which we're celebrating our 250th birthday today. Hoorah!
All right. David Fields, Engineering Department, Asset Management Division, 4 years active duty, United States Army, 91 to 95.
Good evening, Adam Baugh, HR manager, just started last Wednesday, 24 years in the Navy and Navy Reserve, most of which was active duty.
So I say it all the time as I'm talking to our employees that I do believe one of the greatest honors in life is to serve others. And I take every opportunity I can to thank our employees, because they do serve our community every single day. All 100,000 citizens, they're there that are serving this community. They're there and you don't even know that they're there, and they're impacting their quality of life. But there is something very special that raises it to another level for those that have served within our military. because not only do you serve others, but you put others before yourself. And you put yourself out there and the risks that go along with that just to protect our freedoms as Americans living here within the United States of America. So on behalf of the City Manager's Office and the City Council, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for not only your service to the City of Greenville every single day, but thank you for what you have done individually to protect our country and to make sure that we are able to maintain the level of freedoms that we have within the United States. Thank you.
Knock me down. He said he's new. He wasn't too sure about that.
Not bad for your second week on the job.
That's right. Yes. Yes. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll move on to the public comment period. The public comment period is a period reserved for comments by the public. Items that were or are scheduled to be the subject of a public hearing conducted this meeting or another meeting during the same week shall not be discussed. A total of 30 minutes is allocated, with each individual being allowed no more than 3 minutes. Individuals who register with the city clerk to speak will speak in the order registered until the allotted 30 minutes expires. If time remains after all persons who are registered have spoken, individuals who did not register will have an opportunity to speak until the allotted 30 minutes expires. Madam Clerk, our first speaker.
Yes, sir. Ms. Coral Richard, if you would like to approach the public podium right there, you have 3 minutes to address the mayor and council. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is Coral Widgard, and I hope our concern will give you all a common goal to achieve for public safety. Our Sunday afternoon on August 17, my husband and I were at the last moments of the Greenville City, the S&D gun show at the Greenville Convention Center. The parking lot was almost empty, and we were able to park close to the main entrance. When inside, we did not realize that we were being targeted while browsing and visiting with the dealers. It was almost closed. My husband decided to buy a handgun with accessories plus a case of ammunition. He was patient and dealt with all the red tape in order to purchase and register the handgun legally. Our false sense of security ended when we exited the building and the thief ran from behind to grab Kenneth's gun and case. I hollered for help as the thief dashed with the weapon to the getaway car at the end of the parking lot. Luckily, a lady took a picture of the getaway car, and I called 911. Officer Staten arrived several minutes later and just offered little hope that the thief or stolen merchandise would be apprehended. The only security at the gun show was the convention center security camera, and it was fuzzy. The miracles were, number one, Kenneth and I were not physically harmed. That thief could easily have knocked us over from behind, and we could have ended up face down in the pavement. We could have been beaten or even killed. This happened in broad daylight. The second miracle was, a couple days later, we got news that the thief and merchandise were both actually apprehended, and that was a miracle. We were relieved to know that the handgun did not end up in the hands of someone committed to violence, and that our brave Greenville City police officers were safe. The only one who suffered consequences was my husband, Kenneth, who's here tonight, as he waited several weeks before the gun was released from evidence. The thief was listed as a juvenile and remanded to the custody of his parental guardian. Information on the internet says this about gang members in Greenville. The presence of well-known gangs, and this is from 2025. The presence of well-known gangs such as the Bloods and the Crips is acknowledged, with specific sets like the Great Street Crips, Rolling 40s Neighborhood Crips, and various Bloods factions reportedly active in the area. A shooting incident in April 2025 revealed possible gang ties. A multi-force, multi-agency gang task force was established to proactively combat
And
gang
that's time?
activity,
You keep
focusing
going.
on preventing crimes before they occur rather than reacting after they happen. The task force has led to the seizure of 30 firearms, various drugs, and over $15,000 in cash during its operation. The gang activity remains a persistent challenge, with law enforcement emphasizing the importance of community tips and collaboration to maintain public safety. My question to you is, what can we do to correct this serious breach in public safety by mandating physical security at gun shows? I want to thank you tonight because we were at ample, I would have felt very safe if these security guards had been at the gun show that day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms.
Thank
Witcher.
you.
Suppose we could have a conversation with the staff over at the convention center about the protocols and what they have in place for those types of events. So, thank you, we appreciate that.
Thank you.
And thank you to our police officers that did an incredible job being able to apprehend the suspect and return the merchandise to the legal owner. So thank you. Madam Clerk, our next speaker.
We don't have any additional registered speakers.
Anyone else would like to speak during the public comment period, please come forward, state your name for the record. You have 3 minutes. Seeing none, the public comment period is closed. Again, thank you, Ms. Witcher. Thank you for you and your husband coming here, giving us that information. Hopefully, we'll be able to have those conversations with the convention center so that doesn't happen again. Thank you. Well, we appreciate you coming. Thank you. We'll move to the consent agenda. Mr. Manager?
All right, thank you, Mayor. Consent agenda, item number 2, resolution accepting dedication of right-of-way and easements for Savannah Place, Section 5. Item number 3, resolution of intent to close a portion of Brandenburg Street. Item number 4, spending authorization resolution directing expenditure of opioid settlement funds by Pitt County. Item number 5, professional services A&E contract award for the fleet expansion project. Item number 6, amendment to the on-call architecture and engineering contract with the East Group. Item number 7, the 2025 through 2027 police services agreement between the City of Greenville and the Greenville Housing Authority. Item number 8, resolution amending Article 8, Section 13 of the City of Greenville personnel policies. And item number 9, various tax refunds greater than $100.
Councilmember Blackburn.
Indeed. I would like to pull, I just got a couple of quick questions on items 2 and 3. Otherwise, we'll make a motion to approve the remaining items.
I'd second that motion, approve items 4 through 9.
All right. Motion's been made by Councilmember Blackburn, second by Councilmember Robinson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay.
Motion passes 6-0.
Hey, before we get going, I picked 3, she picked 1. So you were right in between.
3 on this consent agenda? That would really be pushing it.
All right, we'll move on to item number 2.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Item number 2, resolution accepting dedications of right-of-way and easements for Savannah Place, Section 5. I'll call forward now our Civil Engineer 3, Daryl Norris, to answer any questions.
Daryl, it's really just so we could hear from you again.
I didn't wager on how many you would pull, but I would not have been these two, so go ahead.
So, did I miss something? No, with item 2, just a general question, and this may be more a planning issue, so I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm looking, and that is an area that has seen a lot of growth. Is that all within the city limits?
Yes.
And how many houses are we looking at for Section 5? How many new units, houses?
I want to say it was 19 lots in that section. So this is the last section of that development, and it's currently developed on both sides of that street. So this actually makes the connection for continuance from this neighborhood into the neighborhood beside it. And I think it was just 19 additional lots.
Okay, thank you. That was the extent of my questions, and unless somebody else has more questions, I will make a motion to approve.
Second. All right, motion been made by Councilmember Blackburn, second by Councilmember Scully. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to item number 3.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 3, resolution of intent to close a portion of Brandenburg Street. I'll again call forward Civil Engineer Darryl Norris for the answer any questions.
I looked, and thank you again. I looked at this, and it looks like it's just the very end of that street that's going to be closed off. Is that right? I mean,
Yes, ma'am.
Just a few feet. Doesn't look like very much at all.
And it will be accompanied later after this closure with actual right-of-way dedication to permanently terminate that street with a cul-de-sac. So it's just to adjust the end, the terminus of that street. They, instead of continuing it on, they've decided to change the development there to just be a cul-de-sac at the end of that street. So this is a process to clean that up.
So the right-of-way, some of that property goes back to the property owner, and then there will be a cul-de-sac constructed at the end there.
Correct. It's actually already even constructed now. It's
the
just got to go
cul-de-sac.
through this process. So this specifically is the intent to close. So this sets the public hearing for next month to actually do the closure.
Sounds good. Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, motion's been made by Councilmember Blackburn, second by Councilmember Scully. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay.
Motion passes 6-0.
All right, we'll move on to new business, item number 10.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Item number 10, authorization to receive funds from the U.S. Department of Justice 2025 COPS Hiring Grant Program. Call forward our Greenville Chief of Police, Richard Tyndall, for the presentation.
Good evening, everybody. This is an exciting one for us. Obviously, adding some police officers is always good for us. Just a quick summary of the grant. It's a $1 million award from the federal government. The city will match $783,000 over the 3 years. This will fund 8 sworn police officers for a total investment of $1.78 million. Just a quick overview of what our staffing currently looks like. We're authorized 195 sworn police officers. This will bring us to 203. One of the things that we look at generally in our deployment is the ratio of officers to 1,000 citizens, and right now we are currently close to 2.2. This will get us closer to 2.3 with the additional 8. And our ultimate goal over the next 2 years will be to ask for 8 sworn in the next budget, excuse me, 9 in the following budget to get us to 2.4 per 1,000. Obviously, most of y'all know why, or all of you know why this matters. This will provide us the opportunity to strengthen our patrol coverage throughout the city. One thing that we know will improve is our officer wellness and reduce overtime. During the times that we were short police officers, we had to call on our officers frequently to work overtime, and sometimes that kind of decreases effectiveness, so this will make a tremendous impact on that. It also improve our community policing initiatives, strengthening community trust through engagement, because more police officers can be out there doing the work and in making those engagement opportunities instead of just having to answer calls for service. And this will obviously support our efforts to reduce violent and property crimes. Any questions?
Councilmember Blackburn?
So as part of this year's budget, with the 2.69 cents that we kept from the revaluation, there were additional police officer positions as part of that, and this may be more of a Michael question. I know these are COPS grant funded positions. Are these in addition to those positions? Or?
Yeah, this is the second year of the 2-year budget that adds an additional 8 positions. And then our goal is to continue to add, as Chief Tyndall said, to get us up to that 220 mark. He broke it down on a per capita basis, but the goal is to get up to the 220 mark.
220.
And I know with the COPS grants, after 3 years, we pick up the full cost of those officers. So we're going to continue to increase as we pick up additional 8 officers each year.
Yes, and quite frankly, that is a budget strategy that I've had to be able to make sure that we phase this in. So over a 4-year period, you don't get the brunt. Like, for example, if we would have had to come up with those funding in year 1, it would have made it much more difficult. But if you phase it in over a 3 to 4 year period with the use of the COPS grants, we're able to just build the budget up methodically without having just an incremental impact on the budget.
This is quite a dramatic change, so thank you to our city manager and chief for scoping this out and having the vision to do this.
Yeah, we're very excited about it.
Councilmember Robinson?
Chief, of the 195 positions, how many of those are actually an officers in them?
I believe right now we have 186 positions.
Okay. So we've got the capability to have 195 financially, but we got to get those officers in
Yes,
there
sir.
now. So I think you and I, was it 14? I think the number you and I discussed, you were down.
Yeah, I think that was the last number I saw,
Yes, sir.
186, I believe, most recently. Our intention is to have, in our next academy, to be maybe 2 vacancies, and we hope to have some laterals in that time.
Great. Thank you for answering that
Yeah,
question.
our recruiters have made have done a tremendous job in filling those vacancies
Right.
for us.
And I would say this is more for the community. That is absolutely amazing.
It is.
That we could say that in this environment that we've been able to recruit and retain officers in those levels.
Yeah, I think it's a testament of what the officers do every single day.
Is there any like feedback? I know it's kind of off subject, but like what's been really helpful to be able to get, because it seems like for a while there we had a significant amount of vacancy, but
We did. There was COVID obviously impacted that, but I think the city has provided with a number of incentives that have both attracted people, new officers to come here, but most importantly to me, I think it's making sure the officers are staying here.
well, and I'll say, you won't say this, but I think you've got a great culture over at the
We do.
Greenville
That's
Police
one of the things that
Department.
we've worked over a number of years is to improving the culture and make sure people want to be at the Greenville Police
Yeah,
Department.
you guys have wonderful leadership that's been over there with you and Chief Sauls before that. So we appreciate all that you guys have done to build that up and continue to show how much we appreciate the police department and our community. So thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Do we need a motion to approve?
Second.
All right, motion been made by Councilmember Scully, second by Councilmember Blackburn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay.
Motion passes 6-0.
All right.
Item number 11.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 11, task order number 14 with the East Group for North Recreational Complex Field Improvement Design Services. I'll call forward our Executive Director, Don Octagon, for the presentation.
All right, good evening, everybody, again. So tonight we're here to present the task order number 14 with East Group for improvements at the North Recreational Complex. This is just a quick overview of the ECU city lease, which was approved in September by City Council. I'm happy to announce that it has been fully executed. So the transition period, as you see here in October, has began. So from now till December of 2026, we'll be preparing our staff and our crews to be ready to manage North Rec. So tonight we're going to present to you the design contract and talk to you a little bit about that and provide what this will cover. This is also a reminder that as part of the Sports Complex Task Force recommendation that was approved by Council last January, we're accomplishing step 3 here upon successful negotiations, being moved forward with design of improvements at North Rec Complex. North Rec Complex is seen here, again, 128 acres. The focus area of task order number 14 is outlined in red. Task order includes identifying improvements to fields to address drainage concerns to enhance play, design and renovation of turf replacement, design of associated stormwater infrastructure, and design for water services. Overview of the timeline for this task order. With approval tonight, we will get this ball rolling quickly and get started. Our goal is to have this done have the project completed by January 2027, so games can start out there at that time when the city takes over the complex. So we're hoping to bid the contract in April, and then in January have the construction project completed.
26, right?
Yes.
April, May of 26. Right?
Yeah, April 2026. Okay. Sorry, yeah. Thank you.
Good jump back.
Yeah. And again, just to note, funds for this design phase are included in the sports complex development account approved by City Council in September. So our recommendation is approve task order number 14 for design services related to the North Recreational Complex in the amount of $323,500. Be glad to answer any questions.
Councilmember Blackburn.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much for that update. Quick question about, and I don't want to get us off task, but I think it's probably relevant when you're talking about turf repair and replacement. This is grass, right?
We'll be evaluating our options through this process, through the design. So there's some geotechnical services that have to be provided, which is soil tests to see what is the best moving forward with the project and what's going to help us with our sports tourism moving forward. It could, yes, grass is certainly an option. Yes, ma'am.
Are we considering, and I hope not, artificial turf?
I think that'll be determined through the design services when we kick it off, and our design team will be able to share with us what the options are and what our best opportunity is for tournaments moving forward.
There's so many concerns about artificial turf. I'm surprised that it's being considered, and I know you all are the professionals, but everything from the chemicals, the toxic chemicals, the heavy metals, the phthalates, the carcinogens, the endocrine disruptors, you know, there's so many problems with artificial turf, and that also doesn't even include the sort of the biophysical effects of artificial turf, heat stroke, how it absorbs heat and it doesn't release it. So I'm just expressing my concerns tonight for the record regarding artificial turf and, you know, putting young people out there playing on a substance that is potentially very harmful for them at a stage of development where, for instance, endocrine disruptors are going to have a serious effect on, you know, young developing bodies, not to mention exposure to carcinogens and potential for heat stroke. So I would hope that as this moves forward that natural turf, grass of whatever kind, would be the preferred choice for
through the
these
through the
fields.
design, we'll bring an update, council update throughout the process to determine exactly what the best next steps are. But there's certainly will be discussed with our design team.
Would it just come down to a fiscal concern, or would you weigh all the?
Yes,
All the
all the
variables.
concerns will be, yes, ma'am.
Because it seems like when you're looking at a fiscal concern versus, you know, the health of young players, to me, it's not really a choice. And I know that, you know, our budgets are important, but that's something that I think is certainly come up more and more, this artificial turf.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Don.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Anyone want to entertain a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
All right. Motion's been made by Mayor Pro Tem Daniels, second by Councilmember Robinson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay.
Motion passes 6-0.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Item number 12, Budget Ordinance Amendment Number 4, amending the 2025-2026 City of Greenville Budget Ordinance Number 25-020, Public Works Capital Project Fund Ordinance Number 17-024, Engineering Capital Projects Fund Ordinance Number 20-019, Vehicle Replacement Fund Ordinance Number 25-020, and Special Revenue Grant Fund Ordinance Number 11-003. I'll call forward our Chief Financial Officer, Jacob Joyner, for the presentation.
Thank you. This is budget amendment number 4 for fiscal year 26. This will impact the operating funds, Public Works Capital Project Fund, Engineering Capital Project Fund, Vehicle Replacement Fund, as well as Special Revenue Grant Fund. Item A will be adjusting general fund operating budgets to projected actuals, and will include an additional half FTE for the clerk's office. This will increase the general fund $80,000.
I thought we already did this.
And let me just say that for security purposes, there's a need to increase the hours at the front desk.
We love our clerk's office.
Yes.
Don't
No,
worry
I thought
about
we were
that.
already going to do this, so.
Item B would be closing various capital projects in the Public Works Capital Project Fund. This would decrease that fund by $37.6 million. That's a number of years worth of projects that this is just saying that we're done spending and done building on those, so we're closing those off the ordinance. Item C would be establishing the Arlington Boulevard Sidewalk Project. Funding split will be 80% from the state and 20% from the city. This will increase the general fund $62,500 and increase the engineering capital project fund by $312,500. Item D, be recognizing additional revenues in the vehicle replacement fund. This will increase the VRF by $1.3 million. Item E would be appropriating long-term debt revenues over budgeted amounts to support phase 2 of the pipe replacement project. That will increase the Public Works Capital Project Fund by $298,000. And item F will be establishing grant project ordinances for the Assistance to Firefighters Grant, Bike Safety Grant, and the Governor's Highway Safety Program Grant. That will increase the Special Revenue Grant Fund by $732,000 and increase the general fund by $70,000. That brings the overall City of Greenville operating budget to $203.7 million. We ask that council approve budget ordinance amendment number 4.
All right, anyone want to make a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion been made by Councilor Blackburn, second by Councilmember Willis. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay.
Motion passes 6-0.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. Item number 10, review of the November 13th, 2025 City Council agenda. I'll ask that that be placed on the screen so for viewing by the public. Very short agenda.
Very good.
All right.
All right, we're going to move on. Our city clerk is going to read off the board appointments for
Yep.
Thursday.
So these appointments will be made on Thursday. We have the Board of Adjustment. I've got one appointment for Mayor Pro Tem Daniels for Mackenzie Shairns. Hope I said that right. We've got an appointment for the Environmental Advisory Commission. That's for Councilmember Blackburn for Mr. Jerome Dancy's seat. We've got an appointment to the Historic Preservation Commission, also for Councilmember Blackburn for David Thompson's seat.
No pressure.
And then we've got
Oh, I
a
got 'em.
few appointments for the Housing Authority. One still waiting to hear about the resident commissioner. Also, we've got Miss Latasia Shelby's seat will need to be replaced, and that belongs to Councilmember Foreman.
Ooh, no pressure.
Also, Miss Joanne Harkley's seat will need to be replaced, and that is with Mayor Pro Tem Daniels.
No pressure.
Next, we have the Planning and Zoning Commission, a couple of appointments there. We've got Mr. Andrew Denton's seat, and that is for Councilmember Scully.
I think that was filled. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, Danielle did tell me that, and I forgot. I'm sorry, Danielle. Also, for Councilmember Robinson, Alan Brock's seat. And then we've got the Police Community Relations Committee. These are direct appointments. For Councilmember Robinson, Sonny Bass's seat. Councilmember Willis, we have Diane Kulik's seat. And Recreation and Parks Commission, we've got one appointment to make there for Mr. Montez Bishop, and that will be with Councilmember Willis. That concludes the appointments.
Thank you.
All right. We'll move on to the city manager's report.
I have no comments, Mayor.
Wow.
I'll save them all for Thursday.
Not even it's a draw?
No, I will save that. You got me on that one. No.
All right. How about the city attorney's report?
So glad you asked, Mayor. No, but I wanted to echo council's recognition of the city employees who served in the military. Also, I've told the council via email, but I wanted to make a public announcement that Mr. Donald Phillips is a former assistant city attorney. He accepted a position as general counsel for the North Carolina State Highway Patrol. So congratulations to Donald. He'll be missed. And I'll stop right there, follow my manager's lead.
There you go. Councilmember Foreman?
Just blessed wishes to all the veterans for Veterans Day.
Thank you. Councilmember Blackburn?
Yes, thank you. And yes, all best wishes to our veterans for tomorrow, what is Veterans Day, and initially was Armistice Day after World War I. So I'd like to start my comments tonight with some thank yous for my peers and members of the community. That's no surprise. I often, or even usually, use my comments to thank people. Tonight, these comments have a more essential scope, so let me begin. As you know, on Tuesday last week, I came within 26 votes of returning to this city council seat. That was made possible by the incredible people of District 3, who showed up in record numbers to support me, my campaign, and our shared values. Indeed, my total vote represents the highest ever of mixed community voters, a historic blend of ECU students, longtime residents, homeowners, renters, people who've lived in Greenville for decades, and new arrivals. You all supported me and voted for me. I'm deeply grateful to you. As I stood at various polling locations on Tuesday, I saw you. You came with your children. I gave them stickers, and as we locked eyes, you said, "I got you." You came with your partner, and you both had vibrant colored hair. Your style of dress and accessories said you had your own vision for the world, one of art, expression, love, and tolerance. You said to me, "No need to give me your card. We're already voting for you." You came with your walker and a personal aide who helped you out of the car. You ambled in more slowly than 2 years ago, and you leaned into them so you could get over the curb. You took your aide's hand as you walked by. You gazed at me, and you too said, "You've got my vote. You always do." You dashed in on your way to work, and as you scooted by, you nodded yes at me. You came after dark, after finishing up your last class at ECU, and rushed to make it on time. You and your friend strolled in very stone-faced later that afternoon. I was worried, but when you came out, you both looked at me, smiled, and gave me the thumbs up. For hours and hours on Tuesday, I saw you in all of your diversity. You came to vote for me from so many walks of life. You came from your business office. You came from your medical clinic. You came right after class. You came from your art studio. You came from the classroom. You came from your car repair shop. You came from your apartment. You came from picking up your children at school. To the more than 1,200 people who showed up for me, I say thank you. You told me, and you continue to say to us all, that our shared values matter, that holistic safety, a community where we are safe from physical violence and property crime, where we have slower traffic, safety improvements, crosswalks, and signals matters, that clean air, soil, and water matter, that access to health care matters, that it matters to welcome all types of people, and it matters to love and accept differences of personal and gender expression, ethnic origins, and income levels without prejudice or intolerance. You said that the green economy matters, that sidewalks, improved streets, greenways, crosswalks, and ADA improvements matter. And finally, that it matters to have a city that is a beautiful, safe, fun place to live, with public art, concerts, and soon a music festival on the town common. You showed up for me last Tuesday, and I plan to continue showing up for you. The work of this community continues without missing a beat. As I look across this dais, I see my peers, or as I should call them, my friends. Together, we have moved this city forward in amazing ways. Our budget allowed us to increase our police, fire, and rescue staffs. We approved affordable housing programs like the 50 and 10 program. Our economic development included Boviet Solar. I know that Tanya, Portia, Matt, and I held together at times when we had a responsibility to speak for the people, rather than taking the easy way out. I am so proud that together we showed the courage and vision needed to make difficult decisions. Your thoughtfulness, dedication, and bravery mean a great deal to me. And most importantly, it means a great deal to this community. And I hope Arjane will continue this advocacy. Mayor Pro Tem Daniels, Monica, I appreciate you very much. Personally, you have been a friend to me, and on this council, you stood with me when I proposed to prohibit mass balloon releases. I thank you for your fortitude. It should make you feel good to know a bill now under consideration in the State House would ban mass balloon releases. We can look forward to it becoming law one day, unless we've managed to joke from time to time. Mayor, over the last 4 years, our relationship has grown into one of mutual respect, understanding, and quite often agreement. I see that, and I appreciate that. Michael, Emmanuel, Valerie, the caliber of your work is unequaled. Our city is so fortunate to have you on staff. Our department heads and staff through and through represent our city's excellence. Moving forward, for me, nothing changes. Whether I'm on this side or the other side of the dais, I will continue to speak up for and work for the people of this community. The people without the institutional power, who lack the loud voices and financial backing to have their way. For too often, people with the deepest pockets call the shots. But I remain committed to working for the people without that power, whose power rests in their inherent right to equal representation. I also want to formally thank my campaign team. They, like my voters and supporters, represent the diversity of our community. I thank you for your work. For the entire weekend, without a minute to yourselves, you have my forever thanks. And Josh and Thomas, I send you a special thank you. Last, as most of you know, I am a writer above all else. I think of the towering French writer and statesman Victor Hugo, the author of Les Miserables, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and other great works. He butted heads with Napoleon III as that self-declared French emperor became an autocrat. After that Napoleon left power, Hugo himself served on the French Parliament. So, in light of his service and his legacy, I will end with his words. Being good is easy. What is difficult is being just. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Willis.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say Happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans. I hope that they feel valued and appreciated tomorrow. Thank you for their service. Our country owes them an immense sense of gratitude. So happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Councilmember Scully.
Thank you, Mayor. Happy Veterans Day. I'd like to echo all the other comments and give thanks for our veterans and all that they've done for us in this country, in our daily lives. I'd like to say it was a really great homecoming weekend. Congratulations to the Pirates. It was bumping downtown, even Saturday morning. So really just thankful for all the improvements that we've made to our downtown. As a council member, as a community member, as a business owner, I'm very thankful and optimistic and hopeful for the future of our downtown. And I continue to lift up our friends on Dickinson who are still in the mud over there. So please, the construction continues on Dickinson Avenue. It's not that hard to get there, so please continue to support those businesses so that they can all make it through and enjoy a great streetscape like we have on 5th Street. Today is 1 year since my mom passed away. So there's that. So just wanted to share that real quick. I was hoping I wouldn't cry. I've been doing pretty good so far today. But it's tough losing your mom, losing a family member. So just, call the people that you got around you and give them a call, tell them you love them, give them a hug, do something nice, because this doesn't last forever. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Robinson.
Thank you, Mayor. To Donald, if you're watching, congratulations on your new position. I may run into you again. And thank you for your service to Greenville. You certainly gave us 110% in your job, and we appreciate that, and I wish you the best in your new position. Happy birthday to the United States Marine Corps. Semper Fi for all those watching. Happy birthday. To Veterans Day, some gave all, some gave it all, some gave some. But to the families who have lost someone in some type of war situation, thank you for sharing. It is those veterans that protect all of our rights to come into these council chambers and express our different views and our different walks of life. So thank you to all the veterans. So tomorrow, if you're in the gas station or you're just going to a restaurant or something, you see somebody that you think is a veteran, just take a few seconds and stop and say thank you for your service. It makes a big deal because oftentimes that little saying thank you goes a long ways. And to our city employees who are veterans beyond those ones today that just got recognized, thank you for your service, and those today, thank you for your service. Great job on football, ECU. Congratulations on winning homecoming. That's great. Another football game this Saturday at 4 p.m. And basketball's kicked off. I think they're 2-0 now, if I'm not mistaken. And they've got another game on the 13th. So let's go basketball. Go support our Pirates. And I believe it's Miss Richard that spoke. Is that correct? If you're watching this, thank you for coming down and speaking to us and sharing your concerns. And as I've always done and will continue to do, if you have a concern, please come down here and share it with us and see if we can address it for you, and never be bashful. It's what we're here for, to hear your concerns. So please don't be afraid to come down and speak to us. And with that, one more thing, I'm sorry. The downtown area, the new roads, I know it's been inconvenient to those who had to suffer through it. But man, the Christmas tree is up, and what a beautiful road it looks like and everything. So look, guys, come down and enjoy our decorations, and go ahead and try and come down and help the merchants, particularly those on Dixon Avenue that are having to suffer. I mean, it's like some people think they're not even open. So if you can, take the extra steps to go patronize them, go in the back doors. They love to see you, love to have you. And that's what we need to do until the roads can get fixed and make those just as beautiful as the downtown area. So please take the extra opportunity to go down to Dixon Avenue and patronize those people going through the hard times right now because of the road construction. Mayor, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Mayor Pro Tem Daniels.
Just want to echo my colleagues and say Happy Veterans Day, and to invite everyone to come down to the Town Common tomorrow at 11 a.m. The Pitt County Veterans Council will be holding a program with other community members for our veterans. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you very much. I'd like to say the same thing. Happy Veterans Day tomorrow to all of our veterans. Thank you for all that you have done and continue to do in many different capacities to serve our communities and our country moving forward. Thank you to our city staff for the outstanding work that you guys do. It's pretty awesome to see that we've got a significant amount of veterans that are working for our city staff. I think that shows you the level of care and service that they provide for our city. So thank you to all of our city staff members that are out there. Tomorrow is not a day off. Tomorrow is a day to remember and thank all of our service members for all that they've done. And if there's anything that you can do to help out any of those service members, that would be awesome. Like Councilman Robinson said, even saying thank you to them and acknowledging them and thanking them for their service. There was one time in our country where they didn't get thanked, right? When they came back from Vietnam, they were looked at in a different light. So go out there and thank them and appreciate them for all that they've done to serve us and allow us to be able to hear, to live in our community and live in our country the way that we do. And then I just want to say congratulations to our Pirates, our football team that won their 6th game, which makes them bowl eligible again this year. Pretty awesome to see that. We're excited for Coach Harrell and all that he's doing with the program and continuing to push us and move us forward. Got a big game this weekend. We play Memphis here at home. Hopefully we'll be able to pack the stadium, get a good crowd there to be able to cheer our Pirates on. Hopefully we can get our 7th win against a ranked team, which is a big deal, right? I mean, it's a big deal. It's good for us when ECU does well because it brings people in our community. They spend money in our community, invest in our community, and we're able to use those dollars and reinvest it into our community where we, as a council, feel is the best way to invest those dollars. So go Pirates, and hope everybody will go out there and support them this weekend. With that, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, motion's been made by Councilmember Robinson, second by Councilmember, was it Foreman?
Foreman.
Yep. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay.
Motion passes 6-0.
Too long.